Happy New Year, everyone. I know it's been a while, but Happy New Year. I hope that you're starting your new year in a safe and peaceful state of mind and physically as well. I wanted to come in here and catch you up. So I never planned to take a break, but last week work was so busy. So many things happened at one time or each day. And so I was kind of catching up every single day. And by the end of the week, I had reached my capacity. And then I've been taking footage on my camera, but it takes so long to upload the content on the camera to the computer, from the computer to iMovie, from iMovie to a file so I can send it on YouTube, and then YouTube has to upload it. And you know, I don't have that kind of time. And so it keeps getting pushed back, pushed back. And I was like, you know what? My favorite format is live. That's one of the things I learned during Vlogmas. I'm still going to put up that content, but instead of continuing to wait for me to have time to do all of that uploading, and some of it requires editing, I was like, let me just go back live because that's my fastest and most favorite format. And I primarily bought the camera for the podcast, although it may be beneficial for this channel, particularly when I'm not making videos every day like on Vlogmas or in theory. But this is my favorite format. I love the live format. I do have my lights on. So I'm kind of sometimes what I see on here doesn't always translate the same when I watch it on YouTube. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, and they've already made some changes since the last time I was here. But anyway, so I just wanted to catch you up on what happened last week, kind of give you an idea of what to expect moving forward. So like I said, I am going to put up the rest of the content from Vlogmas. As far as January goes for myself, since I am still getting my life organized, most of January for me will be about organization. So digital cleaning up, my email, my folders on my on my devices. Do some budgeting. My TV stand finally came in. I put that together. And so now I just need to empty all these boxes, which are mostly books, fill that stand up. Probably going to need a book stand. And then some other little pieces. So that's the goal for most of January. As far as this channel goes, I will continue to come on and share my journey on hyperpigmentation and melasma. Some of the stuff I've already filmed, I talked about my hair with emphasis on traction alopecia for people who have locks. I think I talked about my hyperpigmentation journey on there. I made it separate so that video could be just for that based on the title. I love YouTube, but one thing that can be a little that I prefer is when I see a title and that's what the topic is, and that's kind of what they open with from the beginning, and I don't have to wait till the end of the video to find out what it is they were saying. So I want to lead by that example and give what I look for. And so even though Vlogmas is kind of a mishmash, towards the end, I did decide to kind of keep it separate, primarily because of the topics that I talk about and the kind of people I think who will be interested in those topics when they search. I think it'll make it easier. If you're new to this channel, I'm Kimberly Madison. I'm a new nurse practitioner sharing my journey to becoming a dermatology nurse practitioner. While I'm new to being a nurse practitioner, this year, actually the end of February, will mark 11 years in healthcare as a nurse. I did start before that in high school, and I never count that, and I always forget about that. But more than a decade in healthcare. So I have a lot to share, and so I want to continue to share my journey, particularly where I'm at as a clinician and in entrepreneurship. But I also, I've shared on here before, I have a mentee, and actually it's like our 1 year anniversary of meeting. I used to do a virtual professional mentorship program for kids, just to expose them to different ideas, just to get them thinking about their future. And we did that for about 2 years. And I would just contact people and have them come on and talk to them about who they are and what they do, and offer advice and motivation. And we met a lot of people, a lot of really big people. People can be super, super kind and generous with their information and time. even more so when it's for children. And so while the goal was to support my, so what happened is originally my friend of mine, she has 2 kids, and she wanted them to, like most parents, she wants them to have a secure future. And so she encouraged them, or thought it would be a good idea for them to think about becoming an attorney. And so she's like, "Oh, I just wish I knew an attorney who I can, who they can talk to." And she didn't know anyone. And I said, "Oh, well, I can make that happen." And so that really was the inspiration for that program. And we did talk to an attorney, actually Alicia's friend. And so we talked to her every year that she was in law school. And and that's how it started. But we talked to some people who've done TEDx talks, and people in like community solar space, $1 billion industry, law enforcement, software engineer, uh, what else? Ooh, the cleaning industry. Love that, one of my favorites, to be honest. So anyway, I forgot why I even brought that up. So anyway, we used to talk to a lot of people in that format. Um, I forgot what I was talking about. Why I brought that up. Huh. I must have been talking about mentorship or something. But anyway, so oh yes, so one of the presentations we did was on how to become a nurse practitioner. And while most of the time the kids who participated were like middle school, elementary, middle, and elementary, middle, a few high schoolers, for this particular one, we had a college student join us, and she had a lot of great questions, and I offered to, if she was, serious about mentorship, that I would offer to be her mentor. And, I gave her instructions that would demonstrate that she was serious, and she followed that. And so this marks a year of our relationship. And so she has one more year left. I mean, I don't know how she feels, but to me, it went by so fast. It's going fast for her, and so we communicate quite often. And so, some of the topics that it's great to have that relationship, because I've been out of, I haven't been in her shoes for more than a decade. And so it's good to kind of see the things that are still the same and present, but also to see what's changing, just from my perspective, like personally, that experience, but also to be able to share my perspective with her. So I would love to bring that to this platform. It's something I talk about all the time as a traveler, when I would meet a lot of people in healthcare, at different, not necessarily nurses, but just different support staff, and hear how interested they were in becoming a nurse, and finding out, the driving motivation behind that, and also the support system that they had, in terms of like, okay, why do you want to do this? You want to be a nurse, but you're joining this industry, this healthcare industry. What do you know about the industry? Why do you want to join this industry? Did you do any shadowing? What kind of investment did you put in to see that you're going to get your return on your investment? Because this is also at the post-pandemic landscape of healthcare. So while I see still such a huge interest of people who want to join for a number of reasons, right? It offers security. People have the travel nurse concept is well out there, well established. People love that idea. It has certainly been an attracting component to bringing people into nursing specifically. Um, and so I just like to hear why people want to do this. What have they done to figure out that this is the right fit? And are they aware that while they're spending all this time and energy to get in, that there's still a large sum of people leaving? And to those same people leaving, do they understand that while they're leaving, not only do you still have droves of people coming in, you have these outside industry like Microsoft, Google, Amazon coming in? What is it they know and that they're pouring billions and trillions of dollars into, that you don't know, and you think that the best choice for you is to leave? So it's a very interesting intersection. And so I would love to continue to talk about that. But yeah, I just, in looking at the end of the year, having this opportunity to reflect on the year itself, my experiences, I'll share that here during January, because we all start off with these goals and ideas, and then as the months go on, different things do and don't happen. And so a lot of times we can put our focus and attention on all the things that didn't happen. But if we just stop to take the time to look at all the things that did happen, not only can it be motivating and encouraging, it can show you that you actually did accomplish quite a bit. So I want to use January to discuss the things that I learned in the last year, as I made that transition into becoming a nurse practitioner, to leaving bedside, to leaving night shift, to leaving travel nursing. So that aspect. And then also what I learned about starting a business, and what I would do differently if I were to start over in all those areas: nursing, entrepreneurship, and being a nurse practitioner as well. So we'll be doing that. We'll be diving into that. I'm not all this month. I'm going to be creating like a schedule, basically how I'm going to spend every single day of the week. So that should be fine. It won't take the whole month to finalize it, but that's one of the things I want to accomplish this month. And so I don't know the schedule that I'm going to have on this channel in terms of like posting, but I can 99% guarantee they will be live videos, because that's the easiest thing for my life. And it's really my recommendation for other clinicians, because I know your life, and I don't even have children. So I couldn't even imagine what it would take, particularly if you're doing it on your own. Of course, if you're getting assistance, my recommendations would be a little bit different in terms of how to set up that system and that structure. But yeah, if you're starting off on your own and you're just trying to incorporate it, kind of test the waters, see what you think, my recommendation would be to go use live. Get a good setup, get a good lighting, make your background however you choose to do, if that's important to you. But the biggest thing is just get started. Let me see. You can't be great if you don't start. But if you don't start, you can't be great. So it just depends on what your goals are. And so, yeah, I'm here to let you know, Happy New Year, where I was the last week. I'm still going to share the content that I filmed over the holiday, and kind of what to expect for this month in terms of me kind of restructuring a little bit. Not really restructuring, kind of just getting organized. So that's what we'll be doing. And I'll still be going live. What I really would love to do this year, and maybe one of my videos towards the end of the month, once everything's laid out, is kind of put some themes for each month. But one goal that I would love to get into at some point, whether it's on this platform or on the podcast, because on the podcast we did hit over 100 subscribers, and since the beginning we've been saying that once we get to 100 we're going to go live. And it's like, that was a little, and I got sick. I'm still kind of still have a congestion, so that didn't help last week with everything else that was going on. And so want to go live, but it's like, are we just going to go live and talk into the abyss? It's like, I could partner with some community groups, have people come on, ask questions. That requires getting contact information and sending out correspondence and scheduling all that, not only with them, but with the girls. And so, yeah, I don't know about how that's going to go, but eventually I want to be able to like come on live and just answer questions for students. Some kind of like mentoring with Mahogany Dermatology. And it doesn't have to all be derm related, but of course I would be my preference. But in terms of just like getting to your next level, that's what I want to help people achieve. And so whether it's in derm or not, that's kind of what you can expect we're going to be doing moving forward. Because like I said, I had my hands in a lot of things last year, and that was such a great learning experience. And that would be, and I think we'll close on this note, I can definitely attest, can get stuck in analysis paralysis, because it's kind of like what you get. shaped into in academia a little bit, kind of just constantly building towards something. Um, and when people say, just build a business, just get it done, get it started. In both areas, the easiest thing to do is start. And it's the best thing you can do, because just coming up with like a notebook of all these great ideas and plans, nothing's going to happen with that. But once you actually have something built, all the lessons that you're learning, you can immediately implement them, because you're building, and you're going to, make mistakes. You're going to change your mind. You're going to learn, like, I really like this, or the people really want to see this, despite the fact that I came on with this idea. And so that's part of the journey. But you have to get started. You have to build something. And the simplest thing you can do is take your phone, take your laptop, and turn it on. Talk about who you are, what brought you to where you are, where you're trying to go, and what is it you want to share. If what you want to share is what people want to hear, figure out a way to get that information from them on a consistent basis. That can be as little as once a week, but it just needs to be consistent. And then from there, just start with like frequently asked questions, either from your target, like if your target is clinicians, then what are frequently asked questions that clinicians, both practicing, aspiring, and retired, might have? But if your target is like the public, what are those frequently asked questions? Google can assist you with that. But if you've been in practice, even if you're in clinical, you're starting to hear the same things over and over. And so that's a great place to start. So yeah, we'll continue to talk about social media, because it's a space that I really love. And it's, I'm continuing to learn about it. And so one of the best ways to learn is to teach. And so that's all I do here. So I never did get my Christmas tree up, but my mom was kind enough to bring me this little guy. And honestly, it's probably going to sit here until it shrivels, or at least till February. And it's real too. It came with these little instructions. It's a European cypress. And I'm supposed to add liquid moisturizer. The grump tree. Have you seen this? So yeah. And you see, she bought the little lights too, which I love. And they're honestly going to stay. They're going to stay. And so today what I'm doing, going to make this go live for, I want to do some studying, because I mentioned I'm studying for my certification for work. And so, I just really want to be really excellent at what I'm doing. And I have colleagues that are phenomenal. And so they really inspiring. And so because last week was so busy, sometimes I say, oh, I didn't get a chance to, go through the modules. I didn't read this article, blah, blah, blah. I didn't get a chance to study. But literally every day I'm taking care of patients, answering questions, communicating with my colleagues. I'm learning, I'm studying there. So I had to give myself some grace, something I've been working on a lot lately. And while I'm at it, I'm going to, what I use this channel for is like accountability. I was kind of back and forth on whether or not I want to talk about mental health as a nurse practitioner, primarily because I'm going through that at the moment. And so I think I will address it, because I think it's very beneficial, and it's information I would share with my mentee. And so because I know one person can benefit, I know all of us can benefit. And so I'm just going to talk about that. So today, after I study what I have for my company, I'm also part of this like research cohort with Dermatology Nurses Association. And so I can't remember how many months we've been doing this now, but we get these booklets, we read them. And this one is about, there's a few pages of ads, but for the most part, every page is something to read. So it looks about 26 pages or so. And then I have a survey online that I answer. And we've been doing that all year. So I want to finish this up. And then I have some work to do for diversity in dermatology. And then I want to begin unpacking these boxes and getting them on there. So that's what my day looks like. what I'm thinking about after my experience with Vlogmas is that I will probably do most of my filming towards the end of the week, like on a Friday. Fridays are a really good day for me. So either Friday or Saturday, and then I'll go live. I'm gonna see which one of those days, because this Friday I got off so early. Oh, I was so happy, and I stayed there. That's a new thing that I'm doing, is staying there to finish charting, and I really liked that. And so my Friday might turn into doing that, which would mean I wouldn't come on and talk to you guys till the evening. And then I don't know if I want to do that. Just because at the end of the work day, usually my brain is at its capacity. So I don't know. I like to come on here a little bit fresh and energized, which is something that does not happen during Vlogmas. So maybe Saturdays. But on Saturdays, me and my mom are going to start doing these like business masterminds so we can focus on building our business. So I got to see. We'll see what it is. But they'll continue to kind of be like focusing on that one topic kind of that I did during Vlogmas. So yeah, if you're watching this, you can certainly provide some feedback. Let me know what you want to see. And yeah, I just have a lot of great ideas that I want to bring forward this year. And I'm eager to hear yours. And yeah, if there's anything I can do to help you in that manner, please don't hesitate to ask. I put all my contact info. Oh, I can't believe I almost forgot this. Yeah, all my contact information is in the description box. So probably 2 weeks ago, my web designer, so we started building the website for my telederm practice in the summer. And I thought, this isn't the blog. It's going to be super simple. It'll be done in a weekend. Well, at that same time, I was getting a job, or looking for a job, riding cross country back to the East Coast, and it's the summertime. And then my designer, he had some serious things going on, and it just didn't seem appropriate to kind of bug him about a website. And then I got distracted too, trying to get my life together and get organized on my nurse practitioner stuff. So I finally said, just find a different template that can be done in a weekend. And he did that. And I'm very pleased. I need to still go in there and tweak a few things, but very happy with that. However, once that went up, for some reason, my blog went down. And so when I went to look on there yesterday, it wasn't even on. And normally, I would think I would be freaking out. But you know how I mentioned that I'm at my full capacity. So I don't even have the capacity to do that. And with it being the holiday, I don't even know how long it's going to take to get. He said he's going to reach out to the support people. And so I don't even know how long it's going to take to get someone. So if you're trying to catch the blog, that's where it's at. When it gets up, I'll let you know. And one of the things I was just like, you know what, I could freak out about it. But, people talk all the time about how things happen. And that's part of the journey. You figure out a way to address it, which is what I'm doing, coming directly to you to let you know that it's down and I don't know why. And hopefully they can just pop it back up, because I'm just thinking that was like a year's worth of my time. So, but when we had problems with that, with the website, the other website we were using for the telederm practice, it taught me a huge, huge lesson, especially when he had the things going on, was how important, because, a lot of times people say, oh, so a lot of us will start off, I'll just do it myself. But then you realize, actually, sometimes you get more of your return on your money if you pay someone else, because you can spend more time on things that are income producing. It's okay. So then you move into, okay, I'm not going to do it myself. I'm going to move and pay someone to do it. But then when you move to pay someone to do it, not everything's in your control. And for some of us, I don't think I'm a type A personality. I might have a little bit of that, but I know my type A friends, and maybe I need to ask people if they think I'm type A. we can be a little bit, micromanage. Like we need to have control of everything, and really you can't have control of everything. And so when you don't have control of everything, sometimes things happen like that. And what I learned from that was that I need to know how to do things. And so that's when I made the recommendation to make it a lot simpler. Because even though I'm paying someone who has this expertise in doing this thing, it still needs to be at a level that I can get my hand on it. Particularly like if that had, and I was so grateful I didn't have patience, because what if I had a clientele and that happened? Um, and so I was really happy that I didn't have one and that I learned that lesson at that time. And so I'm using this opportunity with the blog being down to do the same thing and learn to relax, learn that the most important thing is to just come and communicate. Um, yeah, just be transparent about that. So that's all I have. So that's 25 minutes. Um, and that's all I'm going to take of your time. That's all I have. I can feel my next cough coming up. So I'm going to go ahead and check out. But thank you so much for watching. I will probably check in at the end of the week. And let's see. I think you know what I did enjoy with the vlog, and it kind of helped me too, was knowing what my next thing was going to be. And I think it might be helpful for you. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But I think for the next one, because I know I have my mentee is coming around. We're going to be chatting here soon before she goes back for her semester. As you know, in between semesters are the best time to do like things like this. Um, and so we don't always get to chat live like we used to, which is fine because we use Marco Polo, which is a video messaging platform. Um, she used to do like email updates all the time, and she thought that was really helpful. And then I recommended the Marco Polo because I just can remember all the writing I was doing. I mean, I was in grad school, so I was doing a whole lot more writing than she's doing. But still, just the idea that you would spend time to do something that you're not getting a grade on. And so now she can do the Marco Polo when she's driving, when she's in the elevator, when she's, doing other things. And it's great because I get to see her personality. She gets to see mine. And we get to communicate much more frequently. So the opportunity to, talk in real time, we take advantage of that in between the break. And so we're going to be doing that. And so I think on my next video, I'll probably talk about mentorship. Since it is January, students are going back to school. And, they're just looking for a little bit of guidance and hope. Some people have put in applications. They're waiting to hear back. And, and I have a new PA prospect. I'm trying to help her get some mentorship. And so I kind of met her right during the holiday. So we haven't been able to really make a lot of progress because of the holiday. So I'm imagining now that, once the holiday is over, we'll be able to do a little bit more. And so, yeah, I'm kind of in that space at the moment, and it's a space I love. So probably in the next one, I'll probably talk about mentorship, some aspect of mentorship. And then I want to talk about clinicals and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, for the next one, we'll talk about mentorship. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. So thanks for watching. I need to go get some water. But have a happy new year. Happy first week of the year. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be kind to yourself and extend yourself grace. And I'll see you next time.